behalf of the Rockford Area Arts Council, Executive Director Ann O'Keefe.
Given today's economy, fundraising in the arts has become increasingly difficult. Consequently, we're turning to the business community for them to invest in the arts and culture in our region. Today we're talking with Mr. S. Kruge, businessman, entrepreneur, investment broker, venture capitalist, and all-around tycoon. Mr. Kruge, thank you for taking time to visit with us. As you may know, the Rockford Area Arts Council has had its funding cut by approximately a third, and we are soliciting support from businesses such as yours.
Young lady, it is obvious that you are not aware of the purpose of business. Businessmen, such as myself, go into business for the purpose of conducting business in order to produce a product that will raise sufficient capital to employ a workforce and generate an income for those employees, as well as provide a return for the investors. That's what business is all about. Businesses are not in the business to support anything as silly as your ArtsCouncil or any other such tomfoolery. Profit, that's the name of the game. The name of my game and the game of every other businessman and woman in this country. You want to know my problem, young lady? Do you? Huh? Let me tell you the problem facing businessmen in this area today, and that is retention. Retention. I train people, get them to be proficient at what they do, and before you know it, bam, they're gone. Gone. Off to Chicago, Peoria, Milwaukee, or some other dipsy-doodle company in some other town. My question is why? Why? I pay top wages, offer great benefits, and I'm a damn nice guy to work for. Why in the hell don't these people want to stay in Rockford?
Mr. Kruge, I think I may have part of the answer for you. Do you know Janice Fadden, head of the Rockford Area Economic Development Council?
Of course I do. Damn smart woman. Need more people like her in this community. People who understand how important it is to retain as well as recruit businesses. Yes, sir. Somebody had their head on straight when they hired her.
Well, here's what she had to say about retaining and recruiting employees to this region.
In the economic development world, when working with companies, one of the important things is to attract and retain talent to the area. And many times when we ask a company what are their issues with bringing people here or keeping people here, it most often is with professionals in their midst, and that's a growing population for us in terms of who we're trying to attract and retain here are professional jobs. And those professionals are looking for a very high quality of life. And so the arts community, the cultural community, the sports community, all those come into play in our ability to attract and retain that group to our community. And that's a specific strategy. More and more in economic development, strategies are moving away from a pure company focus to a mix of individual focus and company. If we can attract individuals back here who love our community and who want to be a part of a vibrant, growing arts and cultural community, we can create more professional environment and attract more businesses to our area.
Well, interesting. So people will come to work in a place like Rockford for this thing, this culture thing. I don't know, seems a little silly, but like I said, Miss Fadden knows what she's talking about. So where do we get this talent to create this artsy culture stuff?
We have numerous artists in the fine arts and performing arts in the Rockford area. There are art shows coordinated by the Arts Council, as well as professional and community theater companies, outstanding musicians. Let me introduce you to Jasmine, one of our Arts Place apprentices who's studying dance.
Without Arts Place, I really wouldn't have looked at colleges. I wouldn't have gone and danced for other companies and seen what a professional dance company is or anything like that. And it gives you a good feeling of like you're important and that you have responsibility. It's like you have a job. Like, oh, I have to come in for work today and dance and show them that I have to do this. And in the arts, I feel like it shows you, oh, I can do this. A lot of other people are doing it, and colleges support it a lot. And Arts Place is it helps you learn like, oh, you like this, you can go to college for this. And it opens a lot of doors and shows you, like, yeah, you can do this, you can go to college for it.
Well, she seems like a talented, articulate, and intelligent young lady. So they have programs here in town to train these young people.
Yes, sir. In addition to Arts Place, there are several workshops sponsored by arts groups. Artist Ensemble, Professional Theater Company, the Symphony, Mendelssohn Club, the Dance Company, the Art Museum, the Art Guild, and many others. Programs taught by professionals who live and work in Rockford. They've made their careers in our community, but to retain these people and train our youth, it takes support from the business community. Support in the form of financial contributions.
There you go. Money dipping into the pockets of businesses. Everybody wants a piece of our profits. Do you realize we have to keep our profit margins to compete and stay in business? I can't afford to write a check every time one of these culture people knocks at my door. How do I support all these organizations that you say need money?
Well, you have to be selective and individually support those groups you wish to help. But another way is to contribute to the Arts Council. Each year, with the help of businesses such as yours, the board of the Arts Council provides grants to groups involved in the arts that have demonstrated a need and degree of professionalism worthy of support.
So you're saying this Arts Council, this board, they know what they're doing and they would be judicious with my money when it comes to investing in these groups.
Oh yes, a group of volunteers, including board members, they review all the applications, interview representatives from each of the various organizations, help with marketing collaboration, and then the entire board votes on the merit of the request.
Well, that young lady, Jasmine, seemed very nice and talented, and it would be nice to see her succeed. Now, as I said, I like what Miss Fadden is doing with the economic development. But are there other businessmen? I mean real businessmen out there who support this Arts Council and would be willing to come forward and speak on behalf of what you're doing.
Yes, we're very, very fortunate. Despite the current economic climate, businessmen and women throughout the community have come forward to support our effort. Some have had to cut back what they're able to contribute, but they continue to give what they can afford. One of our more prominent supporters is a gentleman you may be familiar with, Mr. Rob Funderburg of Alpine Bank.
Alpine Bank supports three general categories of community organizations: education, social services, and the arts and sciences. All of these are very important, but we support the arts because they're an integral part of a healthy and vibrant community.
Well, if Rob is there, I guess you can count me in. Been a rough year, but I could probably give you something. Things pick up, you check with me in a few months. Hopefully we can give you some additional help. I never thought contributing to the arts would be part of my budget. You know, I always thought of talent as my engineers and designers and accountants, marketing people, that sort of thing. Who would have thought I'd need to support actors and painters and dancers to maintain our competitive edge? Well, if we're going to retain our talent pool and bring talented people to Rockford, I guess we all have to do what we can. I'll have our accounting department write you a check.
Thank you, Mr. Kruge. We know in these times it's very hard to decide where your philanthropic dollars will be heading. The arts are tremendous in the Rockford region. We are so fortunate to have so many professional and community organizations working hard to make this community better. The arts are something that provide the quality of life we all deserve. And your contribution helps us bring to life our mission of supporting, promoting, and developing the arts for all. I appreciate your attention today and your listening, and hope that you feel compelled to help us continue our mission. Thank you.